Hello guys, this is your friend Naruto Fanfictions and we are back with a new fanfic. Which is what if neglected Naruto gets married with Hanabi on his training trip part 1 Harem. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. Jiraiya of the Sannin walks at a brisk pace surprisingly. Normally he would be bantering with his student and his company, but Jiraiya is in a hurry to finish his next Ika book. His series hasn't had another installment in close to 2 years, so Jiraiya has a notebook out as he storms up ideas, and the reason for his writing hiatus is but 3 feet to his left. Naruto has his arms behind his head, his burnt orange and black jumpsuit unchanged. The only notable difference in Naruto's attire is he has 2 kunai pouches on his legs. He has a hip pouch on his lower back which hold 4 scrolls, which if you looked you could make out the tops of them sticking out of the pouch. His black Hechiate is cut shorter so it won't snag anything behind him, and his Konohagakure plate sometimes catches the sun as he strolls. Naruto glances to his left at his other company as they all travel back to the hidden leaf. Directly to Naruto's left is Karen Uzumaki. She's sporting a button-up long-sleeved white shirt and black shorts. Her Otogakure headband was left at the destroyed Otogakure base. Beside Karen is another female. The other female beside Karen has her eyes closed in thought, her raven straight hair rippling in the wind. Her hair travels to the mid of her back, 2 long bangs frame her face and stop at her jawline. She's wearing a black kimono with a white undershirt which can be seen because the front of her kimono is open in the chest area. She also has a katana at her hip. Looking at the sheathed blade it doesn't look special, just a black katana hilt and guard within a black sheath. Yes, this female very much likes the color black. Naruto himself spots the Konoha gates coming up and he lets out a happy sigh. We're almost home, Ero Sennin. Naruto hears Jiraiya scoff beside him. Are you ever gonna stop calling me that brat? Naruto smiles toward Jiraiya who glances at him. Nope. Jiraiya lets out an exaggerated sigh and puts his notebook away. I swear, you look just like Minato but you act like Kushina. Good. I'm glad Ka-san told me she originally coined your nickname Ero Sennin. And I'm gladder I picked it up. Someone has to remind everyone how much of a pervert and a menace to bathing houses you are. Jiraiya is about to retort when he notices the glare of both of their female companions. Jiraiya chuckles before looking away from Karen's pink glare and the other female's charcoal-like eyes drilling holes in his skull. Jiraiya is saved from further embarrassment as they approach the gates of Konoha. Naruto spots the 2 Chunin gate guard and can't help his laugh. Man. Some things really never change. Uzumaki, Katetsu. Said Chunin guards both look up from their desk. Uzumaki squints his eyes for a second before Katetsu grins, shoving his partner, Naruto. Jiraiya-sama, welcome back to Konoha. Who are your lady friends? Naruto is about to introduce his female companions before he thinks better of it. I think it's better if we see Ba-chan before their identities get out. Sorry guys. Uzumaki and Katetsu share a look, reading each other's minds. Is this the same knucklehead from the Chunin exams 3 years ago? Uzumaki clears his throat. Of course. Lady Hokage-sama should be in her office. Head straight there with the foreigners before letting them anywhere else in the village. Naruto nods in understanding. Understood. You two don't work too hard. Katetsu rolls his eyes. Hardy har har. At least we've got job security. Nobody else wants to guard the gate and do the paperwork for foreigners, and when we're not doing this we run errands for Hokage-sama. Easy job, easy life. Well, unless we piss Hokage-sama off. At least she heals any injury she causes, haha. Katetsu rubs the back of his head sheepishly before Uzumaki shoves him. Who are you talking to, dude? Huh. Katetsu opens his eyes and sure enough the group of 4 are gone. Once a little ways into the village Naruto makes 2 shadow clones who both take off in separate directions. Jiraiya looks at his student curiously. What are they up to? Naruto holds up 2 fingers. Anko, and gotta clean my apartment up. I've been gone 3 years, remember? Do you really think Tsunade Hime just let your apartment waste away? I'm sure she had somebody looking after it. So you're gonna start studying the seal already? Naruto nods as they walk into the Hokage Tower. Yes. We already know I can remove the newer seal, but Anko's may differ. I want that thing off of her. She doesn't deserve the bullshit Orochimaru has put her through. Jiraiya leads his student and the 2 females up the stairs. I thought you only met her like twice. Jiraiya can't see Naruto but he knows he's nodding behind him. You're right, but we both know I'm a good judge of character. Jiraiya chuckles. I can't deny that. You're just like Minato but also different. You both have unique charisma and a ability to read others. Their conversation came to a stop as Jiraiya knocks on the Hokage's office door. Jiraiya hears a crisp female voice, "Enter." Jiraiya opens the door and plasters a huge smile on his face as Tsunade's hazel eyes land on him. "We're back, Harem." Tsunade smiles as she spots Naruto behind Jiraiya. Naruto grins as Tsunade, "Mission accomplished. We've got some things to discuss." Naruto's sharp tone makes Tsunade's eyes widen, and then she spots the two females that follow Naruto through the door before Karen closes it behind her. The room is silent as Naruto waits for Tsunade to ask the questions he knows she's going to have. His intuition proves correct when Tsunade steeples her fingers and speaks up, "Who's your lady friends, Naruto?" Naruto looks at both of the ladies before jerking his thumb toward Karen. "This is Karen Uzumaki, former member of Otogakure. She can be trusted. She's defecting to Konoha. You two can talk about that later." Here Naruto pauses looking at his other female companion. He sighs loudly and Jiraiya grins, "Introduce yourself." The raven-haired female bows deeply before raising her head. "Hi, I am Setsuna Uchiha, Naruto-sama's faithful slave." Naruto groans loudly. Tsunade's eyes sharpen at the mention of slave. "Explain." Naruto nods but Jiraiya beats him to it. "She's from Nadeshiko." Tsunade frowns. "The Kunoichi village that sends its females out until they find a male who can defeat them in battle." Jiraiya's grin never fades. "The very one. Setsuna here found Naruto during part of our trip. As you can get, Naruto beat her. Although she almost got him from the shock of seeing her Sharingan. Anyways, long story short, Naruto refused to marry her, so she made a blood oath." Tsunade's breath hitched. Blood oaths are never to be taken lightly. Those who break them forfeit their life. She swore to serve Naruto until she drew her last breath as his slave. Naruto sighs loudly before lightly glaring at the female who's sporting a small smile. "All of that without my consent." Setsuna bows to Naruto. "Apologies, Naruto-sama, I await any punishment you deem appropriate." Naruto smacks his face, grumbling. Jiraiya can't help his perverse giggle at Setsuna's demeanor and word choice. Tsunade growls at Jiraiya, seeing his perverse mind at work. "I swear to Kami-sama, Jiraiya, if you don't stop that, I'll beat you worse than that time I caught you peeping." Jiraiya makes a conscious effort to compose himself at such a threat and mock salutes. "Yes, ma'am." Tsunade rolls her eyes before looking back at Naruto. "Okay, Naruto, anything you wanna talk about? If not, you can show your lady friends around while I talk with Jiraiya." Naruto frowns as a rough topic broaches his mind. "Yes, there is one more thing. Itachi Uchiha is coming back to the village and the truth of the Uchiha massacre will be made public, and I need a favor." Naruto stops talking at Tsunade's crisp tone and they lock eyes. "I can't let that happen." Tsunade spots out of the corner of her eye Jiraiya's worried look a moment too late. In the first time in history, Tsunade's desk is snapped in half by someone who's not her as Naruto slams his fist into it while fixing her with a cold glare. Tsunade's breath hitches and her mouth hangs open. She briefly registers Setsuna has drawn her katana and is holding its blood-red blade out behind Naruto, blocking her Anbu from subduing him. She also briefly sees Karen with two chakra chains coming out of her hands, and Jiraiya, well, he's just standing stock still letting everything play out. Her eyes then flick back to Naruto's hard glare and time begins to flow again for her. "No, you don't understand, Tsunade. Itachi is going to be here in 2 days, and the truth will be released, or I am leaving this village. Do you understand?" Tsunade sits stock still, her hands resting on her lap. Eventually she whispers out, "Naruto. What happened to you?" Naruto's features soften. "I grew up, and I realized there's more to the world than my dreams. Itachi doesn't deserve what happened to him and we're gonna make it right, or I am leaving. Trust me when I say, nobody in this village can stop me." Jiraiya looks sidelong at his student before looking at Tsunade almost pleadingly. "Listen to him, Harem." Tsunade's eyes flicker to her teammate and she registers how serious he is, which in itself means she should really listen. Tsunade looks down at her lap for several seconds, figuring out how this is gonna play out, and the headache Danzo and the elders are gonna cause her. Eventually she pushed those thoughts out of her mind, leaving one behind. Naruto is right. That boy didn't deserve what this village turned him into. With those thoughts, Tsunade's let out a long sigh. Okay, Naruto." Naruto smiles at Tsunade. "I knew you'd see reason. Thank you." Tsunade nods more to herself than anything. She takes notice of her two Anbu guards still at the ready, only blocked by a pissed-off looking Uchiha holding a sword to their throats. Neko, Usagi, dismissed. Both Anbu take a big step back before disappearing via Shunshin. Setsuna smirks before sheathing her katana. Tsunade levels her eyes on Naruto. Okay, as for that favor. Itachi's got a problem, even I couldn't fix it and I'm decent at medical ninjutsu. I think it's a autoimmune disorder but I couldn't figure out anything else, and Karen couldn't fix it either and she's better than me. If anyone can cure him it's you. So I'm asking you, please, help my friend and the man this village is indebted to. Tsunade knows Naruto is a very passionate person, hell he dragged her back to the village, but seeing the look in his eyes as he pleads for her to help someone he considers a friend, there was only one answer she could give him: I'll do whatever I can, Naruto. Naruto gives Tsunade a dazzling smile that if she was about 50 years younger would have made her heart flutter. Tsunade glances down at her snapped desk, her eyes sharpening. You're paying for this, brat. Naruto rubs the back of his head. My bad, good thing I'm pretty rich now, huh? Tsunade raises an eyebrow. What do you mean? Naruto smirks at Tsunade. Exactly that. I didn't just train while I was away. Not to mention I have access to my parents' savings now. Don't even start on how I know this and that, please. A lot has changed, Ba-chan. Now if you don't mind I'd like to show Karen-ne and Setsuna-chan around the village. Tsunade stares at Naruto for several long seconds, not believing his personality has matured and changed so much. Eventually she averts her eyes, locking them on Jiraiya. We've got a lot to talk about, Jiraiya. I want answers. Naruto, Karen, Setsuna dismissed. Naruto mock salutes before opening the door for Karen and Setsuna. Once the door clicks shut it burst back open to reveal Shizune, Tsunade-sama. Oh my, another desk. I'll fetch another. I see you already know about Naruto being back. Toodles, Shizune quickly makes a exit, leaving Tsunade with Jiraiya. Start explaining, Jiraiya. Jiraiya rubs the back of his head before leaning against Tsunade's window. He grew up a lot. He's really like Minato when it comes to training, you know. Like a freaking sponge he picked up everything I taught him and trained himself to the ground. Copious amounts of shadow clones helped. Tsunade nods. Where would you rank all of his skills? Jiraiya chuckles, laying his hands against his thighs. Well, with unaugmented taijutsu he can keep up with me. His ninjutsu is deadly, like seriously deadly. His genjutsu, well, he's not that good at casting anything but he can break most. His ceiling, well, he's better than me. He figured out how to break Orochimaru's curse seal of heaven, with the help of Karen's notes on it. Tsunade reaches into her broken desk drawer and pulls out a bottle of sake. Damn, the broth's really that good. Jiraiya shakes his head with a faraway look. Probably better. I'm not exaggerating, Tsunade-hime, the kid's deadly. He also knows how to be a real shinobi now. You know, it was hard getting him to get used to killing and I hated every part of that training. Tsunade takes 3 big swigs of the sake bottle before passing it to Jiraiya, who takes his own drink. Tsunade looks at the floor, lost in her thoughts of her own childhood and first kill before she focuses her mind on the present. What about the Uchiha girl? Jiraiya grins, not his perverted grin but one of pure amusement. Don't let Naruto fool you, he loves that girl just as much as she loves him. I can't count how many nights those two have stayed up talking about each other's lives, and no matter what, don't underestimate that girl, she's fiercely protective of Naruto and that blade of hers is special. Tsunade is mildly amused of the thought of Naruto being in love. What's special about the blade? Jiraiya chuckles. Naruto made it for her after he broke her old one. She named it Serpent. It's imbued with seals which when activated coats the blade in a deadly poison. One cut and it freezes up all your nerves and puts you in excruciating pain before you die minutes later. Tsunade is stunned. And Naruto made it. Jiraiya shrugs. Sorta. Karen helped with the poison. Don't worry, Naruto made it clear she is not to use the poison on any Konoha shinobi and she's not to kill anyone from Konoha. Tsunade raises an eyebrow. Would she have? Jiraiya nods grimly, without Naruto telling her no. Most definitely. All it would take is for Sakura to look at him the wrong way and she would have skewered her. She knows all about her abusive tendencies toward Naruto. What about Karen? What's her plan? She wants to be part of Konoha's R&D department, and she wants to work in the hospital. You'll have to work it out with her. She's a really bright girl, really, just don't make her choose between family and this village. She'll side with Naruto every time. Tsunade groans, that brat's causing me so much paperwork. Jiraiya grins at Tsunade, you know you missed him. Jiraiya catches Tsunade's small smile in her lack of protest. Meanwhile, Naruto clone Numero Uno found Konoha's snake mistress hanging out with Konoha's genjutsu queen. Both ladies are sitting outside of a quaint-looking tea house. The clone approaches the two ladies. Anko recognizes him instantly, if it isn't the brat from the Chunin exams. How was your trip, kid? Anko leans on the table showing Naruto her exuberant attentiveness. It was well, Anko. It's good to see you both. But I really wanna get to the point and I'm sure you'll like the reason I'm here. Anko grins at Kurenai before her head sideways at Naruto. Oh. Anko, I know how to remove Orochimaru's perfected curse mark. Anko's eyes widen and she lets out a gasp. Instantly her hand goes up to her neck. Why, you can really remove it? Naruto nods. Yes, but yours may differ from the perfected version. If you don't mind, I wanna see it. Either way, I'm confident I will get that bastard's mark off of you. Anko begins to tear up and scrambles to take her coat off. Here anything. Whoa, Anko, you don't need to take your coat off, please calm down. Anko looks at Naruto expectantly. See, calm down. Okay. It's just. Naruto walks over to Anko, placing his hand on her shoulder. I know, we have a similar past, trust me, I know. Meanwhile, Kurenai is eyeing the blonde curiously, praying the blonde isn't playing a cruel joke on Anko. Because if he is, he's dead, Konoha shinobi or not. Naruto leans over Anko and she leans over so he has a better view of the seal in the sunlight. Naruto's sharp eyes trace every line of the small seal. The matrix is mostly the same, concepts the same, the only big difference is this isn't the upgraded version. So it'll actually be easier to remove. Anko, do you know where I live? Anko quickly nods as Naruto backs up. Good, please come by my house tomorrow morning and I'll get that nasty piece of work off ya. CYA Anko, Kurenai. The Naruto clone poofs away. Anko looks at Kurenai excitedly. Did you hear that, Nai-chan? Anko scowls like a schoolgirl, her excitement shown plain as day. Kurenai eyes her amusedly for a second before getting serious. Anko, be realistic, Jiraiya-sama couldn't remove that thing, what makes you think Naruto can? Anko's smile falters for but a second before returning full force. That brats a lot of things, but he's honest to the T. I'm putting my trust in him, please just be happy for me, Nai-chan. Kurenai looks at her longtime best friend softly before nodding. She reaches over and grabs Anko's hand with a smile. Okay, Anko-chan. Hey girls. Hana Inuzuka takes a seat beside Kurenai and soon Yugao sits beside Anko with a huff. All three ladies eye their purple-haired friends. What's up, Yugi? Anko bumps the off-duty Anbu. Yugao scowls. Nothing, just some wannabe swordswoman caught me off guard earlier. Hana glances at Anko and Kurenai. Oh. Do tell. Yugao launches into the meeting between Naruto and the Hokage. Meanwhile, Naruto is leading his cousin and slave around Konoha, showing them the sights. He just finished with Team 7's old training ground before rubbing the back of his head. Hey, are you too hungry? I know the perfect place. Karen looks at Setsuna with a shrug. I could eat. Setsuna smiles at Naruto. I concur with Karen, master. Naruto scowls at Setsuna. You really have to stop calling me that. Setsuna just tilts her head sideways cutely. Naruto adverts his eye not falling for her trap. Naruto's figured out Setsuna pulls off the cute and innocent look way too well. He rolls his eyes. Whatever, come on, to Ichiraku's. Naruto leads the two ladies across the village to his favorite ramen stand. He pushes the flap open with a grin when he spots Ayame. Ayame Nichan, old man. Fire up the grill because Naruto Uzumaki is back in town. Ayame whirls around and lunges at Naruto as Karen giggles. Ototo. Ayame wraps Naruto in a bear hug. Oh, I missed you so much, little brother. You have to tell me all about your trip sometime. And who are your friends? Naruto took his time introducing both Karen and Setsuna. He wisely didn't let Setsuna introduce herself this time. Naruto just finishes his sixth bowl and is regaling Ayame and Tuki with a story about his time in Sunagakure when the flap to the stand open and a tall Junin walks in. Naruto glances and he grins instantly. Kakashi-sensei. It's good to see you. Kakashi eye smiles at Naruto. Yo, it has been a while, Naruto. How have you been? Naruto rubs the back of his head, a social tick he'll probably never shake. I've been surprisingly good. Some rough patches here and there, but things have been going pretty smoothly. Kakashi sits down and crosses his arms on the counter. That's good. I just came by to let you know Hokage-sama wants to see you in the hour. Oh, and she'll see Karen here about her becoming a part of Konoha also. Naruto quickly nods and Karen's face is one of excitement. Okay, Kakashi-sensei. By the way, Ero Sennin wanted me to let you know, he's almost done with Ika Ika, Assassins. His newest book, he said he should be finished within the next day or so and he'll let you have the first copy. The cycloptic Junin's eye shines with anticipation. Oh, well, thank you for letting me know, Naruto. I'll see you later. Kakashi quickly left Naruto and his entourage alone. Naruto hums lightly before looking over at Setsuna. You like to read Ero Sennin's books, think it'll be any good? Setsuna smirks as she looks up. Her eyes seem to sparkle as she thinks of Jiraiya's Literotica, most definitely master. We should read it too. Not happening. After eating Naruto, Setsuna, and Karen wander the village a little bit. That's how he runs into one Konohamaru and his genin teammates. Boss. Naruto turns and spots Konohamaru running toward him, followed by Moegi and Udon. Konohamaru crashes into Naruto's waist, hugging him. Naruto chuckles while patting his shoulder. I missed you too, Saru. Konohamaru backs up, looking at Naruto strangely. Saru. Naruto shrugs. What? It's easy to say. It takes Naruto a bit, but he eventually shakes Konohamaru after leaving his team a clone to teach them a trick or two. Now he's back in Tsunade's office to hear what she has to say. Surprisingly, she already has a new desk which she's resting her elbows on. Alright, Naruto. By Jiraiya's account, you're a Junin level shinobi. That being said, should you accept, I'm entering you in Konoha's next Junin exams. Naruto grins at Tsunade. I'm gonna ace the exams, believe it. Tsunade smiles at her surrogate grandson. You better. Some of your classmates are also going to be taking the exams. Really? A sharp couple of knocks on the door interrupt whatever Tsunade was going to say. Enter. Sakura walks into Tsunade's office, followed by Tenten and Lee. Sakura's eyes instantly glue onto her teammate. Naruto. You're back. Naruto spins around at the sound of his old teammate's voice. He grins at Sakura. Haha, yep. It's good to be back too. Man, I missed this place. Sakura returns her teammate's smile. We should catch up later. Lady Tsunade, you requested our presence. Naruto turns back around to face Tsunade. Tsunade steeples her fingers as she eyes her shinobi. Yes, Lee, Tenten, Sakura, Naruto, all of you have expressed interest in the Junin exams. I called all of you here to tell you, I approve. I think you all have what it takes. The exams are in 3 days. Report to Warehouse 66 at 9 a.m. in the morning. Lee cheers and Tenten tries to calm him down. Meanwhile, Sakura is gaping at her sensei. Naruto's being allowed to skip a rank. Naruto winces, having forgotten how loud his teammate can be. Tsunade nods at her student. Yes. Due to special circumstances, Naruto is being allowed to skip Chunin. Tenten. Lee. Dismissed. Lee saluted while Tenten bows before the duo leave quickly. Tsunade waits for them to leave before eyeing Karen. Karen Uzumaki, tell me in your words what your plans are in Konoha. Karen straightens up her stance. Ma'am. I want to work in Konoha's research and development department. I believe my creativity and IQ will be of use. I would also like to work part-time in Konoha's hospital due to my prowess with medical ninjutsu. Also, in Konoha's time of need I am willing to fight as a shinobi. My chakra chains are very deadly, but I prefer to avoid field work if all possible, ma'am. Tsunade mulls over Karen's words for several seconds. I don't want to crowd you in at Naruto's place, so come stay at the Senju compound until you're settled. Tomorrow we'll start getting your paperwork on the way. Karen bows to Tsunade. Hi. Thank you. Tsunade smiles at the teenager, before turning her eyes to Setsuna. Your turn. Setsuna gives Tsunade a sweet smile while Naruto grumbles, waiting for whatever she's going to say. I go wherever Naruto-sama goes, I am his faithful slave. What? Sakura lunges toward Naruto, determined to wring his neck. Before she can register what's happened, Tsunade had jumped over her desk and had pushed her chest lightly. Of course, lightly for her, still pushed Sakura all the way to the back wall of the office. Sakura looks at her teacher in confusion until her eyes widen, seeing Setsuna had drawn her sword and had it near the spot where Tsunade's hand was still lingering. Tsunade clears her throat. Sakura, please refrain from attacking Naruto. Setsuna may kill you. Naruto gives Setsuna a stern look. No, she won't. Setsuna sheaths her sword. Hi, as master said, I would have only drew blood, Pinky would have survived. If just barely. Sakura gulps, her mind feeling a little dizzy at her near-death experience. What's up with that crazy bitch Cha? Tsunade herself straightens up before returning to her desk. Please continue, Setsuna. Setsuna returns to her cheerful demeanor. Hi, I am his faithful slave. Don't even consider me a citizen, Lady Tsunade, I am but his property. Naruto grumbles before looking at Tsunade. Make her a citizen of Konoha Ba-chan, I'll make her sign any paperwork she needs to. Ah, master is so cruel. Naruto sweat drops at how softly and nonchalantly she can say that. Tsunade chuckles at the girl's antics. She has a point, Naruto. Slavery is barbaric but not illegal. Technically she is your property. Naruto sighs loudly, but I don't want a slave. Setsuna-chan. There's got to be an alternative to this blood oath thing. Setsuna keeps her soft smile on her face, but it's Tsunade that answers, I'm sorry Naruto, there's not. Blood oaths aren't meant to ever be broken. Whomever makes one binds themselves to the Shinigami, so if they break it he can instantly harvest their soul. Naruto nods solemnly. Sakura just watches in the background, doing her best to get the gist of what's going on. Naruto eventually chuckles before looking at Setsuna softly, maybe I should have just married you Suna-chan. Setsuna nods at Naruto, maybe that would have been best, master. But I have to admit I rather like the relationship we currently have. It's unique. Naruto chuckles, you could say that again. Sakura eventually recovers enough to speak. She walks up behind Setsuna, excuse me, Setsuna-san. Both Setsuna and Naruto turn toward Sakura. I would like to start over between us, I hope we can be friends. My name's Sakura Haruno. Sakura sticks out her hand. Naruto looks at Setsuna, half-goosing what her reaction's going to be based on her past interactions with other females she's shown obvious dislike towards. Setsuna looks down at Sakura's hand before looking Sakura in the eyes. I have no intention of ever being your friend Haruno-san, also, if you ever attempt to harm my master again I will hurt you. Setsuna glares at Sakura while showing her her 3-tomo Sharingan. Sakura gasps, the Sharingan. But I thought, you must be related to Sasuke-kun. Setsuna sneers, having heard stories of her master's other teammate, I surely hope our blood is very far apart. I do not wish to be considered anything like that mongrel. Sakura gapes at the girl in front of her for a solid second before she starts shaking, how dare you. Sakura, enough. Sakura ignores Tsunade as she looks at Naruto, you're just gonna let her talk about our teammate like that. Naruto shrugs in an uncaring manner, she can say and think whatever she wants. The only thing you need to worry about is the fact I'm gonna be bringing Sasuke home as soon as we figure out where Orochimaru is. Sakura can't believe her teammate is putting up with this girl bad-mouthing their teammate. Her face is taking on several shades of red as her anger rises. Naruto, take your girlfriend and go before Sakura blows a fuse. Karen, stick around, I'll have Shizune show you to the Senju compound in Abbott. Naruto nods to Tsunade before jumping out of her window, Setsuna following close behind. Tsunade sighs, that girl is something. Karen's sweat drops, you don't know the half of it. You should have met her before she lost to Naruto, she was all fire and fury, now she just acts like a tamed kitten. Tsunade looks at Karen strangely, that's a very strange and specific analogy. Karen shrugs, I calm how I seem. Besides, you haven't known her as long as I have. Tsunade raises her eyebrow, do go on. Karen snickers before gulping, trust me, you'll see her habits and tendencies over time, I'd rather not tell you, she gets rather heated and sometimes violent if Naruto ni isn't around to yank her leash back into obedience. Again with the strangely specific analogies. Meanwhile, Naruto and Setsuna make their way into Naruto's apartment. Naruto's clone had dispelled earlier, letting him know minimum cleaning had to have been done and the refrigerator had to be refilled, both tasks the clone completed. Naruto sits on his couch and Setsuna sits beside him in a very formal manner. First day back, got a little bit done. What do you think? I think today was very amusing to say the least. I look forward to making friends when I am not servicing you, master. Naruto blushes, you make everything sound dirty on purpose, don't you? Naruto isn't looking at her but he can sense her damnable smirk. I don't know what you mean, master. Maybe it is just you thinking dirty thoughts. Naruto blushes again before shaking his head, no, I know for a fact you try to tease me. Naruto look at her and sure enough her small cute yet annoying smile is on her face, think as you wish, my master. Naruto sighs before leaning back on his couch, he notices Setsuna's formal way of sitting and knows she's waiting for his command, at ease. In an instant Setsuna cuddles up against Naruto's chest with her hands against his stomach, Naruto's eye twitches, this isn't exactly what I meant, you know. Naruto smiles knowing she's trying the cute and innocent thing she does to mess with him, sometimes I can't tell if I love you or hate you. Setsuna slowly raises her head so her mouth's near the nape of his neck and he can feel her soft breath, maybe it's both, master. I know what you're doing, stop. Setsuna touches her button-like nose to Naruto's neck, sending a tingle through his body. Stop what? I'm just trying to get comfortable. Naruto closes his eyes as he thinks over all the nights he's spent awake with Setsuna, getting to know her. It was a challenge getting information out of her. It was even harder getting her to ask him questions with her submissive personality. Naruto remembers hearing about her tragic past, of war, and bloodshed, loss, depression and loneliness. He knows exactly why she chose to cling to him so tightly, because in the end, he is her anchor. The one that saved her from herself and the haunted past. Setsuna is sometimes subtly flirtatious and seductive, but Naruto knows, he could rebuff her advances forever and she'd still be happy, because she knows, Naruto loves her. He's never told her directly, but she's never asked. They have a closeness born in subtlety. Setsuna outwardly admits she's completely in love with Naruto. Naruto hasn't admitted it yet, but she knows she's wearing him down. Naruto leans his head against Setsuna's. She leans back so their foreheads are touching. Setsuna looks up, looking Naruto in the eyes, into the twin oceans that are Naruto's eyes. She gets lost at sea. Naruto feels her breath on his lips and the slight hitch when his eyes shift. Setsuna. Why yes, master. Naruto smiles ever so lightly before he shifts and slowly starts to stand. Naruto hears Setsuna let out a disappointed little mew. He chuckles at her obsession with making cat noises when disappointed. I'm gonna go shower. Then I'm going to bed. Can I help? Naruto pauses on his way to the bathroom. He looks over his shoulder. I'm not ready, Setsuna. Just put up with me for a little longer. Once I'm done in the shower, you can take your own shower, then we're heading to bed. Anko was anxious, really anxious. The high from hearing her curse mark can be removed has only worn off slightly, but with the excitement also comes the worry, and with worry comes the second goosing. Can he really do it? Is it possible to truly be free from Orochimaru? Can I finally look myself in the mirror and see more than all the names the villagers used to call her crawled back up to the surface? Snake whore. Traitor. Turncoat. Bitch. Anko's eyes water. For a long time she's managed to conceal her pain behind closed doors, or sometimes block it completely with the help of Kurenai. Anko doesn't kid herself. If Kurenai Yuhi hadn't reached out to her when she came back, if she didn't help convince others she wasn't a traitor, Anko would have killed herself within the first week she returned. Anko takes a couple of slow breaths to calm her nerves and wipes the water out of her eyes. She's been standing in front of Naruto's door for Kami knows how long now. Anko works up her nerves and raises her hand to knock. Before she does, the door swings open and she's face to face with a ravenet. Setsuna looks Anko up and down. Stay silent please, Naruto-sama is still in bed. Please come in, Anko-san. Anko stares at the ravenet for several long seconds. She's wearing a big baggy black shirt with the Uzumaki seal on the chest area. Anko can't tell if she's wearing anything else due to the shirt going down to the top of her thighs. No girl can be that hot. And her face. It's like sculpted porcelain. Anko-san, please cease your starring and enter. I have breakfast prepared and I'll be waking Naruto-sama shortly. If Setsuna caught Anko checking her out, she didn't mention it. Anko snaps back into reality. She nods to the ravenet and slowly walks into Naruto's apartment. She slowly looks around as Setsuna closes the door behind her. The ravenet walks up to Anko and whispers in her ear, sit, table. Anko shudders as her hot breath hits her earlobe before her eyes narrow. She's being alluring and aloof on purpose. That bitch. That's my gimmick. Anko silently stomps her foot before slowly making her way into Naruto's kitchen and sitting down like a fuming child who was just told no. Meanwhile, Setsuna slowly opens the door to the bedroom. Naruto is laying on his back with one arm behind his head, the other slung across his eyes. He always shifts into funny positions by the time I return to wake him. Setsuna fights back her own giggle before tiptoeing her way to his bed and slowly crawling onto the bed. Once on the bed on all fours, Setsuna slowly crawls up to Naruto and wiggles under the arm he has across his eyes so she's close to his ear. Naruto-sama. Most people couldn't tell when Naruto wakes up. Jiraiya taught him how to wake up without instinctively shifting or changing his breathing pattern, but Setsuna always knows. She had his attention as he takes in his surroundings without moving. Naruto-sama, breakfast is ready and Anko-san is here. She's anxiously awaiting your presence. Naruto unslings his arm from across his eyes and turns to face Setsuna. She can still see the just waking up deliriousness in his eyes as he mumbles out, Kami, I love you. Setsuna's eyes widen before narrowing lightly. TCH, he's half asleep doesn't count. Initiate Plan B, attack. Setsuna quickly straddles Naruto's waist and grips his shoulders while taking a deep breath. In an instant she shakes him violently. Naruto-sama, wake up. The affect was instant as Naruto's eyes lose the haziness and he grabs Setsuna's hands to stop her. I'm up, I'm up. Setsuna leans down so her face is in front of his and her chest is pressed against his. Good. Setsuna. Yes, master. Please get off of me so I can get ready. TCH, as you wish, my master. Setsuna slowly crawls off of Naruto and makes a show of walking back out of the room by swaying her hips back and forth. Naruto can't help but stare. It doesn't help she's the most attractive woman he knows, she's picking up her game, she's getting tired of my hesitance and showing it. But am I ready? Am I good enough for her? Maybe she deserves better. Maybe. Naruto's eyes lower, his childhood insecurities flaring to life. Even if Setsuna knows everything about him, still, his childhood always used to have him at the brink of depression, always had him questioning himself and plaguing himself with the same question that now plagues his mind. Am I loved? Am I worthy of being loved? Yes, even after everything, deep down Naruto Uzumaki is insecure and scared of the unknown and what it's like being unconditionally loved like Setsuna is trying to show him. Naruto walks out of his bedroom fully dressed and ready for the day to come, he has work to get done. Naruto swiftly strolls through his living room and into his kitchen where he spots Anko sitting nervously. She spots him also. Naruto grins at her while sitting across from her. Let's eat then I'll remove it. Oh okay. Setsuna lays 3 plates out before passing out the breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausage, and toast. Once everyone is situated, Setsuna takes a seat beside Naruto, really close to Naruto. Setsuna bows her head and waits. Naruto smirks knowing he's probably about to surprise Anko. Let's pray. Anko's eyes betray her shock and some of her liveliness returns during that shock. I didn't take you as the spiritual type Gaki, I mean I'm sore. Naruto holds up his hand. Anko, just be yourself, you don't have to force yourself to be respectful and stuff, and yes I am spiritual, I know for an undisputed fact the Shinigami is real, that leads me to believe the other gods are real also. Now let's pray to my namesake deity that originally blessed my clan. Anko nods dumbly and bows her head with Naruto and Setsuna. Susanoo-sama, kami of storms and the ocean, I pray to you as one of the last Uzumaki, I ask that you please continue to look out for the rest of my clan wherever they may be and that you bless our food. In the challenges that are to come, know this member of the Uzumaki clan will continue to pray to you. Please extend your favor over my friends also, even those ignorant of your godliness. Amen. Amen. Naruto and Setsuna both raise their head and watch as Anko silently mouths her own prayer and whispers out Amen. Once she raises her head, Naruto grins at her. Okay, let's eat. Once Naruto, Setsuna, and Anko finish eating, Setsuna gathers the dishes and starts washing them. Naruto looks at her back affectionately. I don't know what I'd do without you. Probably live in Uncle Anlenus, master. Naruto chuckles awkwardly, not giving her a response. Instead he stands up from his seat and moves to stand to Anko's right. Once there he leans over the table and his pointer finger on his right hand starts to glow with chakra, then he starts writing out a circular sealing matrix. This is a secret Uzumaki technique, it's called chakra scrying. It allows us to write seals using our chakra, as you can see. The only reason my clone couldn't do this yesterday is because I didn't give it enough chakra. I've successfully modified the shadow clone jutsu so I can choose how much of my chakra they get. If they're running errands for me, I give them the bare minimum. Anko watches attentively as Naruto's finger writes seal after seal. Soon Setsuna walks over and stands slightly behind Naruto as he keeps writing. Eventually Naruto finishes. The end product is a huge circular seal that spans nearly the whole table. Naruto glances over it with a nod. Next he places his hand over the seal and turns his wrist counterclockwise. The seal turns also while shrinking. The seal rapidly shrinks until it fits on Naruto's palm. Now that the seal's miniature, it strangely looks like the yin-yang symbol. Hold still, Anko. Anko rigidly sits straight up and Naruto walks behind her and places his palm over the cursed seal. Naruto takes a deep breath. On 3. 1 2. A slight hiss is heard, followed by a little smoke from under Naruto's hand. Naruto pulls his hand away and the curse mark is gone. The only thing left behind is slightly pink, sore-looking skin. Naruto places his hand on Anko's shoulder. Congratulations, Anko, you're a free woman now. Anko shudders and Naruto looks at Setsuna. Mirror. Setsuna quickly strolls into Naruto's bedroom and returns with a handheld mirror. Setsuna sets it in front of Anko, who's still shaking with her eyes closed. Anko, go ahead, look. Anko slowly brings her hand to the mirror, grasping its handle. She tentatively brings it up and opens her eyes. A loud gasp escapes her mouth as she looks at her neck. Slowly tears start streaming down her face. Anko puts the mirror down and spins around, hugging Naruto tightly. Her body jerks heavily at her emotional tears. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Naruto rubs the Junin's back as he looks at Setsuna in a pleading manner. She just mouths one word to him: endure. It takes Anko a little bit to calm down. When she does, she grabs the mirror again to make sure she wasn't delusional. Naruto. I have to repay you somehow. No, Anko, you. Number. Naruto. Anything you ever need. Don't hesitate to ask. Naruto inwardly sighs, knowing she's not gonna settle with not repaying him. Okay. Naruto looks over at Setsuna. Get dressed, High Master. Setsuna strolls back into the bedroom. Soon she walks back out wearing a black kimono similar to the one yesterday and a burnt orange undershirt. She also has her sword on her hip. Naruto throws her his wallet. You're dismissed for the day. Naruto looks down at Anko. Anko, if you really wanna repay me, I can only ask you to do one thing. Hang out with Setsuna-chan today and see if you can help her make friends. Naruto stands up, looking at the raven-haired Uchiha. Anko smirks, her playful nature seeping through. Sure, I'll steal your girlfriend for the day. Naruto blushes heavily. Setsuna doesn't miss a beat. You, nor anybody else, will ever compare to Naruto-sama. Naruto takes a deep breath. Knowing you're gonna draw attention and claim I'm your master to anyone who asks. Setsuna-chan, if it comes up, you are not to omit details. Reveal you are my slave by choice via blood oath. Got it. Setsuna bows lightly. High Master. Naruto nods. Good, well, I gotta go see someone. You two have fun, Yane. Naruto disappears in a smokeless shunshin. Anko looks at her new female companion. So, is he any good in the sack? To Setsuna's credit, only a light blush settles on her face. I don't know yet. But I'm sure it will be enjoyable. Anko looks at her suspiciously. Wait, you're a virgin. Setsuna actually blushes heavily. Naruto quickly makes his way across the village via roof hopping. He glances up and sees it's still rather early in the morning. Naruto jumps down from the roofs and walks for the last block until he's standing in front of the Hyuga compound. The two Hyuga men standing in front of their gate don't so much as glance at Naruto until he's standing right in front of one of them. May I help you? Yes, I need to see Neji Hyuga. He left early this morning. He will be with his old teammates. Naruto nods to himself. That would make sense. Where does Bushy Brow Sensei's team train again? Naruto strolls away from the guards and makes a clone. Check the outer wall of Konoha. Bushy Brow sometimes has his team runs laps along it. I'll check their training grounds. Much to Naruto's ire, once all members of Team 9 made Chunin or higher, their team was officially disbanded, so they stopped using Training Ground 9, passing it on to another genin team. It takes Naruto the better part of an hour to find the members of Team 9 at Training Ground 27. Once Naruto spots them, he hangs back for a second. He sees Neji sparring with Lee, and Guy holding off Tenten with nunchucks. After a moment, Naruto sees Neji and Lee's spar slowing down and assumes they're about done. Naruto starts making his way toward them. If Neji spotted Naruto with his Byakugan, he didn't say anything. Unsurprisingly, it's Lee to break away from the spar to greet him. Naruto-kun. Yosh, have you come to stoke your flames of youth with Guy-sensei? Naruto chuckles while quickly deciphering his jargon. No, Lee, I actually need to speak with Neji, privately. The Hyuga nods to him stoically. Our training will be halted within the hour. Can you wait? Naruto nods to him and takes notice of his attire. Neji is wearing all white clothes beside his Junin vest, which stands out like a green thumb. Even his Hachi-8 cloth is white. Naruto moves away from Team 9, letting them train in peace while chuckling at Neji's new gimmick. Well, it's good to see he made Junin. I wonder who else pulled it off in our generation. Naruto actually takes time to think about it. Shika could do it, but he wouldn't want the responsibility. Shino's definitely a Junin, dude's smart. If he picked up his taijutsu, he should be pretty good now. I don't think anyone else in our generation's made it yet. Goose, I'll find out over time. True to his word, Team 9 dispersed an hour later, each member leaving in a different direction. Neji makes his way over to Naruto, who's leaning against a tree. What do you wanna talk about, Naruto? One sec, Neji. Naruto holds his hand up in a half-snake seal and closes his eyes. After a second he opens them. Okay, we're really alone. Neji, you're the first person I'm telling about this. I want to remove the caged bird seal from the Hyuga branch house and I know how. Neji stares at Naruto stoically for several long seconds. I thought it was impossible without knowing the inner workings of the seal which are sealed within the Hyuga archive under heavy guard. Are you telling me you stole from my clan? Naruto grins at Neji. Not exactly. Naruto's face sharpens as he looks Neji in the eye. I am about to reveal to you 2's class secrets of the Hidden Leaf Village. Do you understand what that mean? Neji nods. I cannot repeat the information. Why are you telling me? I trust you, Neji, and I want you to trust me. My father, the Yondaime Hokage, was conspiring with Hitomi Hyuga against the main house of the Hyuga clan. She gave him information he needed to start devicing a way to remove the caged bird seal. Unfortunately, he died before he could put any of that to use. Well, I finished it. Neji looks away from Naruto, trying to hide the fact his stoic facade cracked a little at hearing Hinata and Hanabi's mother was doing something like that. Naruto, as much as I want to be free from the seal, freeing us would cause a revolt within the Hyuga clan. Naruto quickly shakes his head. Leave the main house to me. I've got this, Neji. But I need your help. I need you to spread word among the branch house. If they want their seal removed, they are to gather at Training Ground 15 tomorrow, early in the morning. There I will free them. Don't worry about any snitches. Like I said, I'll handle the main house. Can you help me, Neji? Neji is quiet for several seconds before he takes a deep breath and looks at Naruto. I'll do whatever I can. I'll trust you, Naruto. Naruto grins at Neji. Meanwhile, Setsuna and Anko are currently walking the streets of Konoha after a trip to the clothing store. Both Setsuna and Anko pick up that a lot of the civilian populace have begun staring at Setsuna. Anko makes her thoughts known. Looks like word of Uchiha being in town has spread. Damn, look at all those respectful looks. Wish I had your popularity. Mild amusement flickers across Setsuna's face. Their attitudes will change soon. Within the next week, I won't be surprised if they look at me the same way they look at Naruto-sama. Anko raises an eyebrow, well aware of the kid's representative with the civilians. What makes you say that? Setsuna smiles. One of my clan mates is coming here, one I respect. With him comes a truth that will ruin the village's view of my clan while ironically raising the village's respect for him as an individual. To put it bluntly, my idiotic clan's reputation is about to be non-existent. To say Anko is surprised is an understatement. You really don't like your clan, huh? Not in the slightest. My clan is a stain on the shinobi world. Very few members ever turned out good and respectful. I hope by the time I pass on, all will have earned one of those spots. An uncomfortable silence settled between the duo as they walk aimlessly for several minutes. Anko takes the initiative to change the subject. So Kenjutsu, huh? Are you any good? Setsuna smiled while looking down at Serpent. By the standards of Tetsu no Kuni Samurai and the 7 swordsmen of the mist, I am a top-tier swordswoman. Anko whistles. You met the 7 swordsmen. Only 3 of them, and one of them was but a teenager who still hadn't mastered his blade. Anko looks at her companion funnily. First you upplay your skill, then you downplay them. Which is it, woman? Are you good or not? Setsuna giggles. When the time comes you will know, Anko-san. Oi, that cryptic bullshit and answer my question. Anko. Said Kunoichi snaps her head down the road and spots Kurenai waving at her. Nai-chan. Come on, Setsuna, let me introduce you to my best friend. Anko grabs Setsuna's hand and drags her along. Anko runs up to Kurenai, stopping in front of her. Nai-chan. Goose, what? The brat actually did it. Look. Anko leans to the side, giving Kurenai full view of where her curse mark used to be. Kurenai's face develops a bright smile. Congratulations, Anko-chan. Dango's on me next time we go. Anko throws her arms up in the air in a cheer. Dango. Setsuna watches the energetic Kunoichi with amusement before Kurenai's attention flickers to her and her eyes shine with recognition. So you're the swordwoman Yugao was talking about. It's nice to meet you. I'm Kurenai Yuhi, Junin of Konohagakure. Setsuna eyes the woman for a second before inclining her head slightly in a nod. Pleasure to meet you, Setsuna Uchiha, faithful willing slave of Naruto Uzumaki by blood oath. Kurenai looks at her strangely while Anko chuckles. Wade, I know you actually listened to the Gaki. Setsuna tilts her head to the side, looking at the snake mistress of Konoha. Why, of course, Naruto-sama's word is law. For me, his orders come before all else. Although I may disobey some orders in hopes of being punished. Anko grins something sinister. Oh ho ho, a misogynist. I'm more of a sadist myself, but I sometimes switch. Whoa. Anko-chan, we are not having this conversation. Especially in the middle of the street. Not to mention how old are you, young lady? Anko rubs her ear. Yeesh Nai-chan, you're loud. Setsuna gives Kurenai a lightly closed eye smile that nearly made the woman squeal from the cuteness. I am 16. 4 months younger than Naruto-sama. Kurenai looks at Setsuna blankly for a second. Anko manages to squeeze in a comment. Huh, so you're a July baby. So 2 months to go. Hi. Kurenai finally reboots. I seriously thought you were like 14. It must be your height, you're short. Setsuna pouts. I am not short, I'm fun size. Anko burst out laughing while Kurenai shakes her head. After Anko recovers, she starts measuring Setsuna's height by her own. Anko-san, I'm 5 feet 5 if you're that curious, and Naruto-sama is 5 feet 8 inches. Da, you ruined it. I was just about to goose. Screw you. Anko fumes as Setsuna's eyes shine. No thank you, Anko-san, that privilege doesn't belong to you. By now Kurenai's a blushing mess. C-, can we just go get something to eat? In response, Anko throws her arms up. Dango. Neji did his job flawlessly. After talking with Naruto, Neji made his way to his compound and systematically spread the information of Naruto's plan. Within 2 hours, every branch member had a little hope in their eyes. It's also during this time Hiyasha overheard a discussion between branch members about Naruto's plan and called a meeting with the elders. Hiyasha, being the man he is the last to enter the council chambers within the main house. He slowly lets his eyes look over the old faces of the clan's elders. 6 old guys that either made his job hell or made it easy. Hiyasha clears his throat. I called this meeting to discuss some troubling information. It seems. Knock knock. Hiyasha glances at the door to the council chambers as it slides open. For him, the air grew colder as the cause of this meeting stepped into the room, grinning at him. Hiyasha-san, it was so good of you to gather your clan leaders in one place for me. Really makes my job easier. Naruto walks into the middle of the room. Naruto Uzumaki, what is the meaning of this? A elder that strangely enough reminds Naruto of Hiyasha spits at him. Naruto grins at the old coot. Simple. I'm removing the caged bird seal from the branch house. The council chambers roar to life as many of the elders scream blasphemy of tradition and other bullshit Naruto didn't care for. Silence. The growl in Naruto's voice stopped all forms of conversation. All of the elders knew of the boy's prisoner, and hearing that growl along with the temperature drop of the room struck a chord many of the elders forgot they had. Fear. Good. I've given the branch house till tomorrow to decide if they want their seal off. Now I don't know if any of you coots are crazy or not, so I'm gonna say this so there won't be any misunderstandings. If within that time any branch member is attacked, or their seal is activated, I will kill the one who did it. Understand? Naruto didn't wait for a response, capitalizing on their silence. Before I hear any whining. This is not clan bussiness. This is not political. This is not village bussiness. This is ME. Now that my message is done, good day, gentlemen. The Naruto in front of them poofed out of existence. Hiyasha's mind works a mile a minute. What have you done, boy? Setsuna is mildly surprised by Anko's ability to eat so much dango. My, you remind me of Naruto-sama when he eats ramen. Anko makes an effort to smile while stuffing her face. Setsuna looks away at the other female in their group. Kurenai-san, do you have any people in mind I should befriend with the pretense that Naruto-sama and I plan to live here indefinitely? Kurenai pauses eating her own snack. She shifts the piece of Pocky in her mouth around for a second. Well, we'll introduce you to our other 2 friends, Hana and Yugao. Yugao-chan may be a little miffed with how you 2 first met, but she'll get over it. Other than us and them, I suggest you just make an effort to network with Naruto's friends. Who knows, some of them may be mature enough for your standards. Although when he was younger I never pegged Naruto as the mature type. Something crosses Setsuna's face that surprises Kurenai. Pain. Naruto-sama has changed. He was forced to with what we faced. The Akatsuki, they took someone from him he was trying to save. Then Kiri was hell. War is hell. Seeing war hardened his heart in a way he'll never be the way he was. I watched him change. He's still the kindest, gentlest, most amazing man ever. But now he knows how to be ruthless. It hurt so much watching him become just like me. Kurenai is shocked into silence. The somber mood Setsuna hit them with also shocked Anko out of her appetite. Anko swallows her bite as quietly as possible, as if not trying to disturb the silence. What happened, Setsuna? Setsuna levels her eyes on Anko. She stares the snake Junin in the eyes for several long seconds. Even after she speaks, Anko isn't sure if she found what she was looking for. It started in Kumo's territory. It was a week after I had joined both Jiraiya, Karen, and Naruto-sama on their trip. Naruto-sama being Naruto-sama somehow, by a stroke of luck or tragedy we ran into Yugito-ni, the Jinchuriki of the two-tailed demon cat. Naruto-sama befriended the woman. Naruto-sama was adamant we stay in the area a little bit so he can visit his new friend a little more before moving on. Setsuna frowns. On our last day there we all felt the demonic chakra of a tailed beast. Naruto-sama raced off knowing his friend was in danger because the cat was her last resort trump card in a fight. I followed. We arrived on the scene of Hidan the Sacrificer, and Kakazu the Immortal both taking on Yugito. Both Naruto and I attempted to help. But in the end we were too late. They had already weakened Yugito enough that soon after we joined the fight she collapsed from her wounds and chakra exhaustion. Setsuna narrows her eyes in anger. Those bastards stalled and kept their distance until they found a opening and escaped with Yugito. We tried to follow but it was useless. That was the first major event that changed him. After that he threw himself into training like never before, he improved massively. Setsuna takes a deep breath and lets her anger go slowly. Her face settles back into its neutral look. A tinge of sadness in her eyes, but by far Kurigakure molded him the most. We went there to find someone to train Naruto's water affinity. There he witnessed the horrors of war and the monsters that make themselves known among men during times of war. Naruto got his training and so much more. I watched him slaughter a battalion of Yagura's men before helping Maid Terumi take on the Mad Cage himself. In the end we left that country with a new Mizu Cage being installed into power. It was months ago when we finished there. Those events shaped Naruto. Some people will call him an angel, others a demon. Believe both of those individuals. Not everyone gets to see the Naruto that we know. I've seen him show off his inner devil and believe me, he's terrifying when he's in that mindset and nobody I know living or dead can stop him when he's like that. A cold silence engulfs the table. Setsuna has a faraway look in her eyes and both Kunoichi glance between each other, but it also makes him totally hot. Anko's laugh echoes across the village. Naruto tracks down Jiraiya and finds him atop the Hokage monument writing in his journal that very few knows he has. Out of respect Naruto hangs back and lets the man finish his entry. Eventually the old sage lifts his pin and closes the book before it disappears into one of his seals on his body. Naruto walks up and sits beside the man and they both look out across the village. So how did you decide to deal with the Hyuga clan? Naruto glances to the part of the village he knows their compound is. I'm freeing the branch house tomorrow. I chose fear to keep the main house in check. Fear can develop into respect, hate would have only sowed more discord. Jiraiya chuckles. You really took those psychology lessons seriously. Be careful Naruto, both of those emotions are closely tied together. Fear if complete leads to hate. Naruto nods. I know, which is why once the branch house is free I'm gonna offer Hiyasha a way to ease the tension that's gonna be there between the main and branch house. Don't worry sensei, I'm gonna earn that clan's respect. I'm airing out the immoral bullshit in the village one stain at a time. Jiraiya allows a silence to settle between them for a minute before he pulls out a book and tosses it to Naruto, a gift for your girlfriend. Naruto catches the book and looks at the cover, Ika Ika, Assassins. Gold edition. What's the difference between gold edition and regular? Jiraiya chuckles perversely. Gold cost more to make so I only ever make 10 copies of each book in gold. The specialty is the fact they contain illustrations for the major scenes. Naruto scrunches up his nose, so the golds actually have porn in them. I seriously can't get why so many people read these. Jiraiya chuckles. I'll let you in on a secret Naruto, there are two types of people who read my books. 1. Those who aren't getting any. 2. Those who are looking for ideas to use in bed. Neither reader is disappointed with my books. Naruto looks away in thought for a minute before putting the book away. You're leaving again soon aren't you? Jiraiya nods. I need to find Orochimaru, and I need to keep track of the Akatsuki. Naruto nods solemnly, he's genuinely gonna miss the old pervert. Naruto reaches into one of his leg pouches and holds out a tri-pronged kunai for Jiraiya. Jiraiya looks at the kunai before grasping it and holding it in his hand. You remember how it works, right? It has two complex seals. Channel chakra into the one on the handle and I'll be there instantly. Channel chakra into the seal on the loop and I'll flash you out of there. Jiraiya continues looking at the kunai remembering his first blonde student. Minato would be proud Naruto. Naruto looks away. Thank you. Be safe Jiraiya sensei. I'll see you later. Jiraiya grunts before Naruto disappears in a shunshin. Naruto spots Setsuna, Anko, and Kurenai and decides to pay them a visit. He jumps down from the roof and Setsuna is the first to spot him across the street. She smiles at him as he approaches. Naruto-sama. Anko spins around. Brat. Your girlfriend's kinky, you know that. Naruto blushes while looking away. In a swift motion Naruto pulls out his Ika Ika book and tosses it to Setsuna. She catches it in one hand and looks at the cover. Naruto looks and he swears he sees a sparkle in her eyes. Tell Jiraiya-san thank you for me when the chance arrives, Naruto-sama. Naruto nods as Anko leans across the table to look at the book. Oi. The new one's out. I gotta get a copy later. Kurenai blushes putting the dots together. The fact Jiraiya wrote it and there's only one book series Anko likes. Great, another pervert. Naruto chuckles hearing Kurenai. You have no idea, I've been dealing with her for close to 2 years. Setsuna puts her new book away in her kimono and pouts. Master, you wound me. Naruto raises an eyebrow at Setsuna and decides to go along with her playfulness for once, only if you beg. Setsuna and Kurenai both blush, Kurenai so much she matches her favorite student. Anko for her part slaps the table with a chuckle. Damn kid. Well, hello, who do we have here? Hana Inuzuka walks up to the group of 4, her nin-kin trailing behind her. Naruto looks at her as a memory pushes itself to the forefront of his mind. I remember you, after the Sasuke retrieval mission you were in Kiba's hospital room healing Akamaru. Hana gives Naruto a toothy grin showing off her sharp canines. Hana Inuzuka at your service, heiress of the Inuzuka clan and head veterinarian of Konoha's wildlife. Hana gives Naruto a mock bow everyone can tell is more for show than any form of respect. Naruto Uzumaki, troublemaker extraordinaire, and Konoha's next Hokage at your service. Naruto returns Hana's mock bow with more flair in his own. Once he's standing straight up again Hana gives him another one of her toothy smirks. I think we'll get along. At this point Hana turns her eyes to the raven-haired Uchiha sitting with her friends. So this is the Uchiha that ruffled Yugao-chan's collar so much. Kurenai nods at Hana's rhetorical question. Yep, this is Setsuna Uchiha. Setsuna nods to the Inuzuka heiress. Before her eyes focus on Naruto as she sees him tense up. Well ladies, I still have a few errands to run before we run out of light. See y'all later. CYA Gaki. Bye Naruto, come see Kiba sometime, he still wants a rematch from the Chunin exams. Naruto nods to Hana before hopping to a nearby roof and out of sight. Anko takes a second to focus on Setsuna. Sue, about that joke Naruto made, think you'll be getting any tonight? Another pink tint returns to Setsuna's face as Hana takes a seat beside her. Naruto makes his way across the village to the Hokage's tower, showing respect for his teacher's preferred entrance. Naruto jumps in through her window. Tsunade fixes Naruto with a glare. I swear you become any more like that pervert I'm gonna lose my mind. Naruto chuckles at the comparison. Honestly, he doesn't see that many similarities between himself and Jiraiya. Hey, I'll keep that in mind. Ba-chan, can you get a carrier to go to Kurigakure? Tsunade looks at Naruto putting her paperwork on hold. Yes I can. Any reason why I should? Well, how does the betterment of Konoha's protection and economy sound? Tsunade's eyebrows raise. Sounds very appealing. Good, because I got a letter to send to the Mizu cage. Afterwards she should be coming here within a week or so to broker an alliance between villages, that includes Suna in case you're wondering. Tsunade claps her hands together in front of her face as her mind works quickly. 3 of the 5 great nations in alliance, that's never happened before. Naruto, do you know what this means? If we play our cards right, Iwa and Kumo will see our alliance and become worried. This could lead to a 5-way alliance. Or war. Tsunade's eyes focus on Naruto, who shrugs. Hope for the best outcome but prepare for the worst. That's my motto and it's gotten me through more than a couple situations alive. Tsunade sighs. You're right, I just hope another war doesn't break out. Naruto nods before placing his letter on Tsunade's desk. You and me both. Well, I'm heading out. Oh, if any of the Hyuga clan come by to throw a fit, sorry Ba-chan. Before Tsunade can ask Naruto why he disappears. Hana doesn't have any problem melding Setsuna into their little group. In fact, the 4 females get along quite fine. Too bad Yugao showed up and instantly gets in a foul mood seeing the raven-haired swordswoman. Yugao approaches at a subdued pace. Naturally, Setsuna spots the girl approaching and recognizes her purple hair. Ah, that's why you don't like me. You wear one of the Anbu that tried to subdue Naruto-sama. Yugao's cheeks burn at the insult to her abilities. In return, Yugao growls at the Uchiha, I want a kenjutsu match between you and me. Afterwards, we can put all this behind us. Despite her anger, Yugao can tell the rest of her friends seem to like the teenager. So she can't continue to be mad at her if she's gonna be seeing her more often, thus a kenjutsu match will be her chance to regain some of her lost pride, or cement that Setsuna is just better than her. Then she has no reason to be ashamed. In the shinobi world, there's always someone out there stronger than you just have to accept it and move on. At least that's her mindset. Setsuna nods, very well. Setsuna stands up and the rest of the females follow her example, wanting to see this for various reasons. Yugao nods, come on, she takes off in a stroll. Yugao leads the group to a training ground with a large clearing. She turns around and drawls her tanto, when you're ready. Setsuna nods, she looks over her shoulder and Anko, Kurenai, and Hana step back to give the two ladies room. Setsuna nods before turning around to face Yugao. Setsuna grips the hilt of her katana. Yugao levels her tanto in front of her chest, holding it with both hands. Then Setsuna lowers her stance and blurs forward. With a loud hiss, she drawls serpent. Yugao lowers her stance and sharpens her eyes, trying to keep up with her approach, but just as she starts tracking her movements, Setsuna picked up her speed again, turning into a black blur. Instantly she's on Yugao. She brings serpent down at an angle, hitting Yugao's tanto hard enough she nearly slaps it out of her hand. Yugao grits her teeth, her hands going numb from the power. Setsuna reverses her grip, bringing serpent back up at an angle. She cuts through Yugao's vest, showing her skin without drawing blood. Then she yanks back and stabs forward, placing the blunt side of serpent against Yugao's jugular. That whole sequence took less than a few seconds. Yugao doesn't move as Setsuna looks at her impassively. Don't feel bad, Yugao-san. I've taken down large groups of shinobi with my kenjutsu. There's a reason I prefer the blade over other forms of combat. Naruto walks into his apartment as the sun starts to set, with a content smile, and gets ready for the night, showering and changing into nightwear. He lays down in bed. It isn't 20 minutes later, Setsuna joins him, crawling into bed and laying on his chest while draping her left arm and leg across him. Setsuna lets out a comfortable sigh. I take it your day went well. HMHMM. I made some friends, got to show off, and now I'm cuddling up to the greatest man in the world. Naruto doesn't audible respond at first, instead wrapping his left arm around Setsuna's shoulder, squeezing her lightly. She sighs again contently. Tomorrow things are gonna pick up a little. Itachi's coming and I'm freeing the Hyuga. Setsuna snuggles her head against Naruto like a cat would need a pillow. I'll be with you, Naruto-sama. It'll be fun seeing Itachi ni, he's easy to embarrass. I'm so happy you could talk him out of his self-destructive path. Naruto hums, good night Setsuna-chan, good night Naruto-sama. Naruto stands in training ground 15 early in the morning. The sun is just barely peeking the horizon. Naruto looks in front of himself at the large group of Hyugas. He counts at least 60 adults, and some children. Setsuna is standing beside Naruto, her light smile on full display. She's wearing a black form-fitting t-shirt today. Her shirt hugs her skinny frame, showing off her bust, which in itself isn't that impressive, a B cup. She's also wearing black form-fitting pants. Her pants hug her legs and butt, showing off her peach-shaped firm butt. She has serpent on her hip tied with a black sash. Naruto clears his throat before speaking up. Okay everyone, let's get started, please form 5 lines. Naruto puts his hands in the cross seal, making 4 clones. He's given each clone enough chakra to complete the task at hand. The Hyugas quickly form into lines. Ironically, Neji is the first person standing in front of the real Naruto. Neji takes off his headband, showing Naruto his curse seal. Naruto nods, reaching into the pouch on his back, pulling out a small green scroll. Naruto unrolls it slightly. I pre-prepared this seal, so this process should take less than an hour for everyone. Neji nods stoically. Naruto places his palm on the scroll, and when he pulls it back, he has a seal on his palm that resembles hourglass. Naruto places his hand on Neji's forehead. Kai. Neji feels a little discomfort and heat for a second before Naruto pulls his hand back. Done. Next, Neji, not to be caught off guard, quickly steps around Naruto and turns around, letting his other branch members see. Murmuring begins. He actually did it. We can all be free. That's all Neji needs to smile, knowing Naruto followed through. Neji doesn't bother putting his Hichiate back on for now. He lets his clanmates see his unmarked forehead as he stands proudly. It takes Naruto a little more than an hour to free the branch house, mostly because some of them got really emotional. something Naruto wasn't expecting was a grown Hyuga man hugging him in tears. Seeing the now free branch house of the Hyugas talking excitedly among themselves, Naruto smiles contently. Naruto feels a hand on his shoulder and looks at Setsuna. Good job, Naruto-sama. Thank you, Setsuna-chan. Come on, let's leave them to figure out how to celebrate. Setsuna nods and they both disappear in a swirl of leaves. Naruto and Setsuna appear on a rooftop on the edge of Konoha. Naruto creates a clone and sends it off. Naruto nods before looking at Setsuna. How much you wanna bet Itachi's already here? Setsuna shakes her head. I've learned my lesson, Naruto-sama. Only a fool would ever bet against you. Naruto pouts. Ah, that's no fun. Welp, there's 1 or 2 places he'll be, let's go. Hiyasha sighs going through paperwork. He wasn't foolish enough to approach the Hokage about this matter. She would side with the blonde Jinchuriki 9 times out of 10. Instead, he's already started damage control, talking down the elders, informing the rest of the main house of what's going on. He's never seen Hinata smile so brightly. Hanabi did well to mask her emotions, but Hiyasha knows his daughter well enough to know she doesn't approve of breaking tradition. The elders have groomed her to think that way. Hiyasha sighs, rubbing his eyes. Then he hears a knock on his office door. Hiyasha activates his Byakugan and groans, seeing the grinning blonde. He nods solemnly, deactivating his Byakugan. Enter. Naruto enters Hiyasha's office and takes a seat in front of his desk. Naruto leans back in the comfy chair and smiles. Hiyasha's eyebrow twitches. Why are you here? Naruto hums lightly. Straight to the point, huh? Fair enough. I don't think you're a dumb man, Hiyasha-san. You know now that the branch house is free and I've destroyed the scrolls on how to recreate the caged bird seal, there's gonna be resentment and a divide. Hiyasha's stony facade doesn't shift. Yes, some elders approached me yesterday with concern that some of our scrolls were missing. Naruto grins. I'm doing what is right, Hiyasha-san, whether you agree or not. Now I'm here to offer a little advice on how to cure the rift that's coming. You can take it, or don't. I'm willing to hear out what you have to say. It's obvious you've planned this and put a lot of thought into it. Naruto nods. Make main house techniques available to the whole clan. Offer the same classes main house children get to branch house children. If you want to keep servants, you need to pay them more, or offer other incentives. We both know your clan makes enough money to do both. End the stigma branch house members exist to serve, instead install the belief each Hyuga is capable of greatness. Get your elders in check, don't let them create trouble, you're the clan head, act like it. And lastly, you need to seriously consider grooming Neji to be the clan head. Hiyasha silently thinks over everything the blonde has to say. It's a good plan, boy. But do you really think it'll be that easy? Naruto shakes his head. Nope, nothing's easy. If you wanna make it through this storm, it's gonna require hard work and sacrifice. Welp, I've given you my advice. Think about it. If you wanna bother the real me later, it might take a while. He's busy. Ya nay. Naruto poofs out of existence, leaving Hiyasha to silently fume. That's the second time he's used a clone. Disrespectful brat. Itachi stares down at his parents' grave, silently mourning them. He lets out a silent sigh, feeling 2 chakra signatures approaching. Told ya, 1 of 2 places. Hi. Itachi turns around, his tired half-blind eyes showing a little bit of joy as he smirks. Naruto-kun, Setsuna ne. Naruto grins at the older Uchiha man. Itachi, cheer up, bud. You stress too much. I agree with Naruto-sama, Itachi ni. You'll never get a girlfriend looking stressed all the time. Itachi blushes, still warming up to the thought of finding a woman to settle down with. I'm trying. I just have a lot to worry about these days. Maybe when we get my little brother back, I'll stress a little less. Naruto nods. We'll get him. Come on, let's go see Tsunade Ba-chan. Itachi shakes his head. So disrespectful. Naruto rolls his eyes. Whatever. I take it you got an undetected. Itachi looks at Naruto blankly. Reet. Well, you need to lay low till Tsunade Ba-chan makes the announcement. Alright, grab on Setsuna-chan. Setsuna grabs Naruto's right hand. Naruto places his left hand on Itachi's shoulder. They all disappear in a yellow flash. Tsunade puts down her pin and rolls her wrist. With a sigh, she looks at the few papers she has left to go over, knowing more will be coming soon. The never-ending war on paperwork. Maybe I can dump them on Shizune and take the day off. Tsunade leans back in her chair. She stretches out her arms and closes her eyes, stretching. She lets out a sigh. Then suddenly she feels a weight on her lap. Her eyes snap open and she gets an eye full of blonde hair. What the hell? Naruto leaps over the desk hearing Tsunade yell. He hurriedly spins around and sees Tsunade glaring death at him. Itachi and Setsuna are to either side of her. My bad Ba-chan, I haven't had a chance to put down my own Hirishin seals in Konoha yet, so I had to use a existing one. Which happened to be on that chair. Tsunade continues to glare at Naruto while Itachi and Setsuna walk around the desk to stand on either side of him. Never, again, brat. Naruto salutes. Yes ma'am. Tsunade sighs before looking at Itachi. Itachi, meet me at the hospital at 10 tonight. You're gonna be laying low for a while. I still need to talk to the clan heads, and I'm debating whether I should tell the elders or just surprise them. It should take less than a week, then you can become a real citizen again. Itachi nods. As you say, Hokage-sama. Tsunade smirks, gesturing to Itachi. You could learn a thing or two from Itachi. Naruto, already have Ba-chan. Tsunade huffs. Whatever you brat. Naruto, the Junin exams are tomorrow. Once you pass, report to me. I've got a mission that arrived today which will be perfect for you. Naruto nods before turning toward Itachi. Wanna hang out? Itachi shakes his head. Actually, I'd like some time alone. It's time I return to the Uchiha district. Naruto places a hand on his shoulder. You know how to find me if you wanna hang out. Don't start blaming yourself again. Itachi nods slowly before vanishing in a poof of smoke. Naruto sighs. Well, I'll see you later, Ba-chan. Naruto and Setsuna both leave out the window. After getting a fair distance from the tower, both Naruto and Setsuna stop roof hopping. So what's on the agenda for the rest of the day, Naruto-sama? I say it's time I catch up with my friends. Unless you wanna do something else. Setsuna opens her mouth to respond but closes it abruptly before opening it again. Actually, Naruto-sama, I wanna see if Anko-san is up yet. I'll catch up with you later. Naruto nods. Okay. Don't start trouble. Setsuna smiles before disappearing via Shunshin. From a distance, Sai watches from the shadow of a chimney. Uchiha split paths with Jinchuriki. Sai nods to himself and begins to move when he's jerked backwards hard. In a flash, Sai is slammed back first against the chimney and a blood-red katana cuts his cheek and ear before sticking in the chimney. Sai looks up toward a pair of Sharingan eyes. Why were you following my master? Due to his training, he doesn't outwardly react to the pain. Inwardly, he cringes. Sai remains silent. I can see your fear. I can see you want to speak, but you won't. You're one of those little roots. You are so lucky Master ordered me not to kill you bastards, yet. Then again, Master isn't here. Enough, let him go. Setsuna jerks with surprise. She looks up to see Naruto watching the duo impassively. Setsuna sneers at Sai before taking a big step back, sheathing her blade. Naruto clears his throat, noticing Sai tense up. Run along, spy. Tell your master to watch his step. One false move and the uprooting begins. Sai disappears in a swirl of leaves. Naruto looks at Setsuna. You didn't really think I fell for that, right? Of course not, master. I just wanted to instill a little fear in the mongrel. Hopefully Danzo will make a move, and we can eradicate him. Naruto chuckles. Danzo's not stupid, or brash. I don't think he'll make a move yet. Not unless we make him think we're a threat, and no, we're not going out of our way to antagonize him further, not yet. For now we let him play his games in the shadows. Again, Ino sighs loudly. Shinu, I'm just not any good at this. Ino, I remind you, you asked for my assistance. You can't always be support for Shikamaru and Choji. Ino sighs again before slowly going through the hand seals for a jutsu, earth dragon bullets. A dragon head made of mud burst from the ground before falling apart. Ino groans loudly. That's it. I wanna break. Come on, Shino, we're friends, right? You know any gossip you wanna share? Shino takes a second to adjust his sunglasses. Nothing you don't already know. Naruto's back, along with a mysterious redhead who claims to be a Uzumaki, and by Sakura's account a violent black-haired girl who's also a Uchiha, and apparently Naruto's willing slave. Ino leans against a tree crossing her arms. Yeah, Sakura calling anyone violent is a little hypocritical. What do you think? We're about to find out. What? Hey guys. Shino and Ino turn toward Naruto, who's grinning at the duo. Setsuna is following slightly behind him. Naruto. What are you doing out here? Naruto scratches the back of his head. Well, I've been looking for the rookie 9 all over. You guys are the first eye.